everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Grace and this is my first ever YouTube video, so welcome and thank you for being here. I decided to do this first look and first video as a voiceover because I'm very new to recording videos on YouTube and I'm a little nervous sitting in front of the camera talking to it. So more to come on that, but for now I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys how I created my neutral look. Now this look was posted on Instagram, so definitely go check that out. I'll go ahead and leave that @name somewhere on the screen here if I figure out how to do that. But anyways, into the video here, I started off with the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Taupe, and then I'm using the Anastasia Subculture palette, and just the base shade that I used was the shade Roxy, and then I am blending that out and going in with the shade All Star, and I'm packing this in just to get the most pigment out of it, and then I'm blending it in just with the leftover product just to kind of blend it with the shade Roxy, give it a nice smooth transition. And if you notice, I'm holding the brush at the very bottom, so I'm holding it with a very light touch. I actually learned this trick from Nicole Guerrero, and it really helps so that the product is evenly dispersed and it just gives you a really nice blend. And next I'm going in with my Shape Tape to cut the crease. I use the shade Light Neutral, and then going in again with the shade All Star just to darken that up a little bit and blend it over into that crease that I just cut with that concealer. So really trying to make sure that it looks seamless and as good as possible. And then I'm taking on a flat brush. This is the shade Adorn in the palette, and this is like a really gold, more of like a brown copper shade, and I packed it on the brush and I'm just taking that over that concealer. So I didn't set the concealer, I just am putting the shade right on top of it to set it, so that way I get the most pigment out of the shade, of course. And I don't know, it just gives it more of like a wet look because then you don't have powder underneath it to kind of take away from the, I guess, the shimmer, the shine of the eyeshadow. So have a little bit of fallout, but we'll fix that later. But for now I'm just packing that in. And after that I go in with a brush with no product on it just to blend all the edges out. Again, make sure we are seamless and snatched. And now I'm taking the Lash Paradise mascara. I love this mascara. I compare it to the Too Faced Better Than Sex, but it's way cheaper because it's drugstore, so highly recommend that. Next I'm taking the Vegas Nay Eyelure lashes and completing my look in the shade Gray and Glamour, and also going in with my Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation. So don't hate, the shade is a little bit light for me. It's a little bit too neutral / yellow tone on my skin. I'm using the shade 230 in Macaroon. So I'm just taking that, a little bit of the leftover product under the eye to kind of really cut that eyeshadow that I've just done, make it look super clean, again seamless. I'm going to say that word a million times because that's always what I'm going for. And I'm blending that into my hairline a little bit, try not to get too much foundation in my hair because that is not the wave. I absolutely hate when I have too much foundation in my hair. It's like smeared all in the front of my hair. It just looks terrible. And I live in Florida, it's really hot here, so when you start sweating, it really is just, it's not cute, boo. It ain't cute. So, yep, just blending that out down my neck a little bit to try to get it to match a little bit better. And I'm taking the Shape Tape again, but I'm putting it, really focusing it underneath my eyes and, of course, the high points of my face to highlight in the same shade, Light Neutral. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like over the years, I didn't used to have bags and now I have really bad bags under my eyes. I know there's like the tricks and tips of doing the red lipstick underneath your eyes when you do your makeup, and then also, of course, using like overnight eye creams, things like that. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have any good eye creams that you like to use or any good makeup tips that'll help my bags or the dark circles that I see. I know that Kylie just came out with her Kylie Skin line, so I've been dying to try that eye cream because I've really never used eye cream in my life before. So maybe that I'm a little bit older, I guess I need it. But let me know what you guys have suggestions about in regards to that. I'd love to hear your feedback. But now just taking my beauty sponge. This is the Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm just blending out that concealer and making sure that I keep that eyeshadow really cut and clean, but still making sure that the concealer gets all up underneath that eye because I definitely need the coverage in my opinion. And just blending all the other high points of my face that I have that concealer on. And I always wait to do like the forehead part for the last step, or try to at least, the forehead and the nose, because I feel like it needs to just sit there and soak in. So I just like blend out the edges just because I want more coverage there, because I always get like a line in my forehead, I guess because I'm like moving my face around a lot. Anyways, I'm setting underneath my eyes with my beauty sponge from Real Techniques and the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This stuff is really worth the hype. I kid you not, it makes me look super flawless. So I love that. And I'm just taking a Morphe fluffy brush and the Hoola bronzer by Benefit Cosmetics, and I'm just kind of blending that out with that big brush, just bringing some more to my face, not really contouring at this point, just trying to make sure that really the foundation matches my skin a little bit better, and just to kind of give me like the beachy, sun-kissed kind of, you know, warm look to my face before I go in with the contour. So just taking that on both sides, kind of patting it on the forehead a little bit there, making sure not to get too much, just because I don't want it to be too dark, because nobody likes that. It looks, you know, muddy and nasty, and it's just not the look we're going for, ladies. So just blending that out as best I can, and again, just tapping it up here on the hairline and around my forehead, because I don't really have a big forehead, so I don't really need too much bronzer or contour there, but I do like it because, again, I like it to warm up my face. So just taking that on the forehead here and trying to really take it down my neck a little bit, again, just to get the foundation to match. I don't really contour my chin. I do have a double chin, but I don't know, I just feel like it gets too muddy, so I just live life with a double chin. Who cares? Now I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm taking the darkest shade in the palette. I think it's pronounced Sombre. I might be butchering that, but it's the darkest shade, and I'm just using that to really chisel out all the bronzer that I just did and really contour it. And now I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm actually using the shade 10 Fair Light, and it's a little light, but it's not bad when you brush it off. But I'm just using that to really make my bronzer and contour super clean. And if you notice, I'm not taking it like all the way down and kind of making like a baking beard. I'm just baking like just to cut that line a little bit, and then just to emphasize the highlight that I have on my chin. I don't show it in the video, but of course I took it on my forehead a little bit. I didn't bake up there because of that line that I get, but I did just barely pat it up there. And now I'm just baking my nose here. This is an area that I get super, super oily on the apples of my cheeks and in the sides of my nose. Really my entire nose, but especially the sides. And this is also, I'm really trying to contour my nose a little bit too, because I don't know, I kind of have a big nose, but I don't really focus on contouring it. So I just embrace it. Anyways, I'm taking the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Cocoa K, and I'm lining my lips, not overlining it, just lining my natural lip line. And I'm taking that, of course, on the top and the bottom, and then I fill the entire lip in. The reason that I fill in the entire lip is because, number one, I absolutely love her lip liners. They're super creamy, but they're also really matte, and they're not super, super drying. They're a little bit drying, but they're not super drying like her lip kits. I do love her lip kits, but they are very drying. They definitely stay on all day and night, though, so I will give her that. But I really like the lip liner because it is creamy and it does stay on. It really gives it a good staying powder. And I put on a lipstick over it just to give it a little bit of something extra, because I don't want to use the matching lip kit here. So I'm just taking that all over the lips on the top and the bottom. So that way, like I said, it gets a little bit more staying power if my lipstick that I put on top does start to come off a little bit throughout the day, just from talking, eating, drinking, whatever. I'll have that lip liner underneath it, so that way it's not going to look, just like a blank lip. It's not going to look like it just was completely wiped off. So that's really the aspect of giving me a little bit more staying power. So the lipstick I'm going in with here is by Maybelline, and it is in the shade 015 called Born With It. And after that, I'm just dusting off the setting powder, finishing off my look with the Kylie Cosmetics Loose Highlighting Powder. And this is in the shade Fiji. I absolutely adore this highlighter. This is probably one of my favorite highlighters of all time. It's so good. I kid you not, it's so good. If you want a super blinding highlight, I highly recommend using it. And I also go in with the Jaclyn Hill face palette. It was a Becca collab, and I'm using the shade Rose A Spritz. And I really like this shade. I think it looks super similar to the NARS Orgasm Bronzer just because it has like the gold flecks in it, and it's super pinky. And I love, love, love blush. And I kind of go hard with the blush when I first put it on because I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I feel like blush is the main thing in my makeup routine that whenever I, have it all on and throughout the day I'm wearing it, it always goes away. Like, not even throughout the day, literally when I leave the house, it's gone. What do you guys think about that? Like, I don't understand why, but that's why I use extra blush. So it looks like, hopefully it stays on a little bit longer. And yeah, just going in with that highlight there on the high points of my face just to get myself that wonderful glow. And finally, I am setting the face with the Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray. This really sets the makeup in well, so I love it. But that's it. That's the final look. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye!